Welcome into the 15-minute weather edition on KARE 11 Plus. I hope you guys are enjoying your Friday so far. Now we're going to talk about some great weather coming in here today. We're going to talk about the storm threat, obviously, over the weekend. And we'll try to go the ins and outs. I know a lot of people have plans. I've been talking to a lot of viewers on grad parties, weddings. Things are going on here. So this is the first look at it. If all you take away from it is I would prepare for storms Saturday night. Now, the timing of these, if I'm being honest with you, is very hard to time out. Probably the hardest thing in weather to do, besides maybe forecast the line of snow. That might be the hardest thing to do. This is maybe second hardest. Wednesday and Thursday, the rain this week, that was like the easiest thing I've ever forecasted. It's going to wash out. All right, cancel your plans, moving on. Right, this is not the same forecast. We have 3 chances of storms on Saturday, but I also think it's going to be a dry day. So I have to somehow portray that I think it's a good day, but also have 3 chances of rain. It's very confusing. So I'm trying to focus on the best chance for storms. We know it's 9 p.m. Saturday to 6 a.m. Sunday morning. If you're watching this right now and you're like, I need to know what's going on Saturday night, and you don't know how to work a radar very well, first off, I do think everyone should learn how to work a radar. You can get Radar Scope for your app. That thing is the greatest app ever. It's a great radar. If you don't know how to work a radar, you can just follow me on Facebook. Meteorologist John Ziegler. I will be posting this thing immediately as soon as this thing pops. Plus, I do a lot of monitoring for concerts and things, events going on. So I think about a big concert going on at Treasure Island. I'm going to be keeping up to date on that. So, yeah, I'm always working. So, again, I'll post this when the storm develops. But this is what I think right now. Now, what else do I know? Well, I know that these typically carry wind threats. Can you get hail overnight? Yes. Is it typically not tennis ball size hail? Yeah, it's probably not going to be tennis balls. But you could still see some strong thunderstorms. Okay, now we're going to do the full forecast. If you take one thing away from this, then you can leave. But here's what we're expecting for the rain yesterday. Because you got to think about Wednesday. We picked up, 3 to 4 inches? This was on top of the 3 to 4 inches. Now, Rochester, we had isolated flooding. I posted a video of a guy he was tubing down the golf course on the 18th hole on a golf course in Rochester. It's crazy. I posted the video on Facebook if you want to check that out too. Now, yesterday, Mankato and Fairmont, you guys saw the most. We did have tornado on the ground yesterday. That was at around 2 o'clock. That was near Albert Lee. But overall, yesterday did not produce as many tornadoes as Wednesday, which was good. Brainerd, you picked up 1/4 of an inch. St. Cloud, you picked up 1/2 inch. Wilmer, 1. Bemidji, all you got out of this whole thing was less than 1/10 of an inch. And if you went up to Baudette, weather was great. So Lake of the Woods, it's like it never rained. That would be the place to go. So let's talk about the next 12 hours. Again, we're looking at this afternoon. Today is a phenomenal day. When you look at this Friday, it's cloudy out, right? Middle of the day, still cloudy. We're in the 60s. But the afternoon, we're going to break that cloud cover right around 2:30. Once that breaks, it's a gem. I hope that people don't get the memo. That's fine. I just always compete. I'm trying to get out there fishing. First off, I try to negotiate with Nicole, like, hey, can we go fishing? Second, she agreed to it. So I'm excited. But second, I'm like, wait, is it going to be too nice? Are people going to be boating? Because come on, what do all fisher people hate? It's you guys enjoying the boating and on your pontoons. I'm just kidding. But seriously, I'm not kidding. So, no, I don't know how many people are going to be out there this evening, but I'm hoping because it's a little cool, maybe there's less tubers and stuff, because, I don't know, Asher hates the waves. It's totally fine if you'd like to go on your pontoon, by the way. I'm just kidding. All right, so western Minnesota today, best chance for 80s. Where's the storms? Follow the warmth. There. So what will happen to the storms tonight? Let's just talk about these simple, because there is a chance for storms after midnight tonight. The storms will develop in the 80s, and they'll ride into the area where it's in the middle 70s. What are the storms going to do? They're going to weaken. We know that. I don't know how fast they're going to weaken, but they're going to weaken. We could see a chance for some rain Saturday morning, probably not stormy. So we know tonight is good. Let's look at today's threat. Now, this might be a little bit confusing because how do you explain that? Because today is, you just said today's good. So if you go to the SPC, which is the Storm Prediction Center, they issue these things out of Oklahoma. We don't even issue these. I have nothing to do with this. So I have to go into the minds of two different places. One, the National Weather Service locally, which is the Twin Cities. Two, it's the SPC in Norman, Oklahoma. If you're wondering about my bracelet, it's Zoe. She got it for me for Father's Day. I told her I couldn't take it off. So there you go. Okay, so we've got the slight risk, and here's how this will play out. So I showed you the temperatures. So let's zoom out. I showed you those temps, right? Those are important. You're going to get this area of storms right here. The storms are going to develop in this slight risk because it's in the 80s. The low is over here as well. Here's the problem with these type of storms. I want it to be, it's different than Wednesday and Thursday. So Wednesday and Thursday, we had an actual low pressure center driving directly over us. Literally a low came and it moved over the Twin Cities. And then the next day a low came and it moved over the Twin Cities. It's gonna rain, period, change your plans, period, easy. This storm system develops on the low. The low is up in Canada. We have nothing to do with the low. In fact, we're not near any of that stuff. But in the summertime, storms develop and then they turn into little mini hurricanes. They have a mind of their own. They then turn into this, they break off the low and then they just start going. And then you play this game like, well, how far is it going to go? I've seen these things go thousands of miles and wreck forecasts where you call for a sunny day and all of a sudden the storm in Montana was like, I'm just going to keep rolling, and it gives you rain in the middle of a sunny 100% chance of sunshine day. I've seen it. So you got to give those things credit. This is what will happen tonight. I'm just telling you. So the storm system develops. Then the storm system will move in yay direction. So it's going to be coming down. Now, you can see what the SPC assumes will happen. Storms pop at like 8 or 9, and then they go down to the south. Now, let me tell you some forecasting expertise, I guess, as I will, and analysis for what I know. I don't just sit here and, okay, great, I told you what happens. So what am I looking for? So because the models are a train wreck, total train wreck, if I showed you 6 different models, you'd throw up. You'd be like, this is terrible, because it literally looks like throw up. It's like all over the place. I'm like, what are we even doing here, right? It's because nobody knows. And that's good, because if AI could figure out our job, I'd have no job. And the reason for that is there's no patterns in weather. That's key. What does AI go off of? Patterns. What does weather not have? It's called chaos. Chaos theory and the butterfly effect. Well, the butterfly effect means when you change one thing, the outcome becomes something we don't know. Right? So that's why you have to use your human imagination to what you think will work. And that's why AI can't figure out our job. And I think that I can't think of a situation better where models fail and AI fails than these overnight thunderstorms, because I've seen them for 15 years, however long I've done this. I've seen it for 15 years. They're my number one busted forecast. So I look at these closely. So anyways, after that rant, I know. What do I look for? Well, the low-level jet is an interesting feature. And the low-level jet strengthens at 9 p.m. Why? Well, it's diurnal. When the heating goes down for the day, the energy balance forces a jet stream to strengthen at night. Okay, so for whatever reason, that jet strengthens and creates and carries this thing. It's the fuel for these things to have a mind of their own. We know that in the weather world. But how do we know when it's going to dissipate? You really don't. So what I typically do, and what has worked for me, is I follow what we call the nose of the jet. So here's what this looks like. I guess I could give you an actual look on that. Let me give you an actual look instead of my circle thing. Let me give you, here we go. Here we go. See it up there? Okay. It's 10 p.m. Friday. You see this thing? Okay. This is good. This is what I'm talking about. The storm system here. Ignore this stuff. So we know it's going to probably be there. This is an easier forecast up there. So you've got to imagine you've got this jet that's pumping into this thing. Okay? So this jet stream is kind of riding into this. It's called a low-level jet, right? It's kind of like the gasoline pump for a car. Well, this thing runs and strengthens, and it's going to come down here. So we know the jet is going to be about here. So the jet it'll be here, and then the jet will move. So the storm system will move near the jet, right? So this will roll right along this pumped up jet. Okay, so you kind of have an idea it'll probably roll along 94. I'm serious. This is stuff I look at. There's no boundaries. The other boundary is the one it's creating out of ahead of it. It's called the cold pool. And the cold pool is rain-cooled air, and that keeps this thing going as well. So this thing literally creates its own boundaries. What a nightmare. So you have this idea. It creates its own boundary, and then it's living in the fuel of this. It probably will come down towards the Twin Cities because it's going to live off that low-level jet. Big answer here to the question that I didn't even ask yet. When does the low-level jet weaken? Right when the sun rises. That's why we get most of our rain when it's dark outside. So when it's dark outside, most of the rain falls. So that's what we know as the human aspect of this. So typically, you should not call for rain at 8 to 10 in the morning or severe weather for sure. You can get some showers. Like Saturday morning, maybe we get some showers from this dying MCS. Okay? But at 8 to 10 o'clock, 8 to noon, the low-level jet is crumbled. So the storms will crumble every morning like clockwork, 8 o'clock in the morning. Unless it's a special derecho, which we're not talking about 99% of the time. How much time left? All right, 5 minutes. I've just been ranting. I'm sorry. All right, we know that. So now everything's said, let's see what happens to the storm tonight. So we know that jet's going to be riding. Let's watch this thing. Now you see it kind of move. See how it weakened? Okay, so it's doing a pretty good job. Now I'll tell you right now, we do not know how fast it's going to weaken. We just don't. Models, I think, give Twin Cities a 10% chance. That's fine. But you get the weakening trend of this. That makes sense to me. You see how it leaves a leftover boundary, and then I don't believe this. See this nonsense? I don't believe that. Because this is doing is this. So I'm telling you what the model's doing. It's got that cold pool. It's got a leftover boundary in the morning that's like, okay, let's fire storms there. Probably not. And that would be most likely inaccurate, right? Maybe we get a couple showers from this thing, but you get the idea. It's coming through overnight. It's moving on a low-level jet. Low-level jet's cranking at midnight. This thing's moving. Low-level jet should weaken right around 7 a.m., and this thing should completely fizzle into some showers. I buy into this. That looks good to me. Okay, so that's tonight. That's tonight's forecast. Now, this is Saturday. Let's go ahead and take a look at Saturday's chance. And this is going to be for mainly Saturday night. So Saturday night through Sunday morning. The threats of this, I'll have to move a little quicker after my heavy rant session. There is a tornado threat, but it's going to be low. Typically, they put this out there in case the nose of the QLCS Saturday night. Now I'm using this QLCS term. That's just a stronger one than a MCS. It could be an MCS. Who cares? The nose of this thing, the apex of this, can always carry a weak low-end tornado. But whenever you're talking about what we call mesovorts or spin-up tornadoes, we're more focused on the winds. So wind threats are majority of the time out there. With this situation, with it being so hot, maybe some small hail could be in here as well. The rain threat on Saturday with the storm into Sunday morning is there, but it's a lower threat. Now you're going to see, sure, we're in the green, but they're always going to circle green for a chance for rain. So let's go to Saturday. I'll have to speed it up here, but 5 p.m. Saturday. Now you're going to notice this developing out here. I believe this. This makes sense to me. 5, it develops near the boundary, which we know is going to be closer up here. 9 o'clock, that jet is starting to pump. Now, this thing should be ripping from 9 to midnight would be, in my opinion, the best chance. So we'll see what it does. You see, it kind of doesn't. See how it just doesn't know what it's doing? Right? The model does an ugly job. So it's like, okay, St. Cloud at 7:30, that's fine. But you see how it doesn't like move through? It's not going to literally stall. It's not going to do that. So you have to, that's why models just stink. So you see what I mean? It's like 9, 10, it's like, what are we doing here? Okay, what are we doing? So this dissipates it immediately? That's also pretty unlikely. And the reason for that being unlikely is the jet will be strengthening. So again, the model will get it to around 9 o'clock. You see it's going to be nosing its way in here Saturday. So I think really at 7 p.m. Saturday, whatever you're doing, be on alert that the storm system could be rolling through. I still expect the best chance for this overnight into Sunday morning. There's Sunday morning. Look at Sunday morning. if this is a little bit earlier, which it should be since we're closer to the actual start of it, then Sunday morning we will be able to enjoy a nice start. So Sunday's a better day for sure than Saturday, but Saturday's not necessarily a bad day. And then you can look at this. Wow, this goes almost nothing. Just a couple isolated guys there at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Makes sense to me. There you go. And that's your Sunday. Accumulations over the weekend. Let's see what we're looking at here. Models go about 1/2 inch to 1 inch. So when you're looking at that, you're not really worried about flooding. It's nice to have the day off today, but yes, 1/2 inch to 1 inch, we can handle that. To put this into perspective, just on the models, Saturday night, yeah, we got about a 70% chance Saturday night. During the day, if you have plans Saturday, where the models give it about 30% at all times. So yeah, you keep your plans. I don't know who's out there at 10. I guess some people are going to be out there at concerts at 10. Keep an eye on the sky Saturday night. Sunday, most of this will be in the morning. Sunday, I bet you we quiet down. Sunday night, Monday, Tuesday, very quiet. Rain chances creep back up into next week. I know Friday is, of course, I think it's a 4:30, right? So we want that to not be a real thing, but that's pretty far out. Let's not worry about that now. We'll have some, overall, this is a quiet week of weather. So let's get to your 7-day forecast here. I got 88 and 87. I wouldn't go that warm if I didn't think it wasn't going to be sunny. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, mainly quiet in the low 80s. Thank you for joining us here on KARE 11 Plus. I hope you have a great weekend.